So she said one night she told her grandfather. She was with her grandmother. Grandmother was at home that night because the grandmother was gone too. They went fishing. So the little girl, her grandmother said, whatever you catch, I'll cook it. Doesn't matter what it is, a raccoon, a snake, fish, whatever it is, Grandma will cook it. She gets the fish. So while her grandmother's cooking the fish, she said that the smell from the fish sickened her so much and turned her stomach, and she was so angry because she kept smelling the fish. And as the night went on, she said she couldn't sleep because it was so stinking. Smell of that raw fish and the fish, her grandfather cutting the fish heads off and gutting the fish and then frying the fish. It's just, even though the house was so big, they couldn't get the fish gut and fish grease smell out of the house. So she said that enraged her so much that she actually said, I'm going to tell tonight. I'm going to tell what this man's been doing to me and my sister and my brother. So she goes to tell her grandfather, she said, who had an axe cutting the fish head off and cutting the fish up. And he just immediately took the axe and just went into the wall and just chopped a big hole in the wall because he was so angry that this man that had been coming over their house was raping her sister, and her brother. And the other two denied it. So the whole time that she was saying that she had been raped and her brother and sister had been raped, they were saying, no, we weren't, that didn't happen to us. Finally, she said, the time went on, a few hours went on, they admitted it. So the grandfather went to the police. When they heard it and when they saw that the grandfather wasn't around, the mother and father weren't around because they were running the streets, they took all three of them and put them in foster care. She said for like 8 months to a year, she was in foster care. She was 6 years old. So she said during the time she was there, one of the it was a headmaster or headmistress or something. There was another man that was over the foster home. He started raping her too, or trying to. He said he had sex with her a couple of times. She didn't get to see her brother and sister because they were in different parts of the foster home. And let me tell you about this little girl. I mean, because she's 33 now, but when she tells me these things about her life, right now she's dealing with her mother, her father, her grandmother, her aunt, saying that this didn't happen. They were good parents. They didn't abuse her. They didn't abandon her. They didn't set her to be molested. They tell her that she's crazy, she's stupid, she needs to get mental help. She's been in and out of psychiatrist offices, and she's just devastated because they won't talk about this, and they said that she needs to grow up. She needs to stop telling lies. She needs to stop imagining these things happen because these things never happen to her. That is what's so tragic about it. They're saying that what she's saying is not even true. And when she tries to get her mother to acknowledge it, her mother physically tried to jump on her when she was 25. Her mother just started hitting her, and so she picked up a pot and hit her mother in the head to defend herself because her mother started beating her at 25 years old because she was saying this, and she was reminding her mother that she was a drug addict, she was out in the street, she left her for people to rape her, and whenever she tries to bring it up, her mother gets enraged and starts physically attacking her. But at 6 years old, when this man was in his foster care place, he was working there, and he started raping her. She said she remembered going into the headmaster's office, and the lady that was the headmaster had a shotgun underneath her desk. So she, at 6 years old, said, I'm going to get that shotgun, and I'm going to go and dig a hole, and I'm going to bury the shotgun, and I'm going to shoot the motherfucker that's working in here that's been fucking me. I mean, at 6 years old, this is what she said. So she found a way to go into the office when the headmaster wasn't in there, stole the shotgun, and she said because they live in the country, her granddaddy was country, she had seen her granddaddy shoot, and he taught her how to shoot a shotgun. So even though she was small and 6 years old, she said she knew how to get a shirt and, like, hook it to the shotgun and maneuver on how to pull the shotgun back. So she went and dug the hole, put the gun in the hole, waited until she can go get it and catch this man when he was getting ready to rape her again, and she tried to shoot him. She wasn't successful at shooting him, but when they saw that she had stole the gun at 6 and tried to shoot him, then they decided, you know what, this little bitch right here is crazy. We don't really want to be bothered with her. We don't want her here. The man quit, he didn't want to be there. And, of course, he didn't try to rape her again. But after that, everybody treated her like something was terribly wrong with her. So she ends up getting ready to go back home with her sister and her brothers, but they didn't go back to her granddaddy's house. They went to the grandma's house. So she said, well, her grandmama, it was just as brutal there because this is her mother's mother. She had 7 children, and the grandmother was always gone. So the 7 kids that her grandmama had was whooping her ass when her grandmama was gone, and some more rapes took place. The uncle was tried to rape her, was raping her sister. Now, the sister was older than her at the time, mind you, like 3 years older than her. She says she comes in the room, and she knew the uncle was having sex with her sister. And, again, it infuriated her, and he had tried to have sex with her. She comes in, and she sees that he done pulled his pants down, getting ready to stick his dick in her 9-year-old sister, and she's 6 at this time. She goes to get her grandma's .22, comes in there and shoots her uncle in the ass. So, so I'm just like, what? So she was like, she shoot him in the ass. Everybody starts freaking out, and I'm like, your sister didn't freak out? She didn't fight? She said no. Her sister was too scared. She was going to just lay there and let this man fuck her like everybody else had been doing. They called the police. They, went to a hearing about this. The uncle didn't press charges. Of course, he didn't do this anymore, and he definitely didn't try to mess with the little one no more, that damn shotgun Annie. He didn't fuck with her, and he didn't bother her sister. But the grandmother, the uncle, and everybody in the family was so upset with this little girl for firing his ass up that they treated her like a leper, and they looked down on her. They were very, very angry because she stood up herself for this grown man, did not put the uncle out, did not make him run away, did not have him arrested. So now she comes across my path, and she's 33 today. So she's telling me this, and she's riding in the car with her husband, and I'm saying, okay, so after that point, what happened to you, and what was your life like? She didn't fill in all those gaps yet. She just told me what that little girl trauma was like and what that little girl abuse was like. And even though she doesn't know me, she just felt comfortable. She just started crying, and her husband is driving her out of town because I said, wait a minute, you got to stop this crying because, I mean, she was, you know how we get the crying girls or something. Like, I mean, you know how we get to crying like that? Well, you can't understand what we saying. Slop flying out our nose, tears flying out our eyes, shit flying out our mouth. And when we crying because we so hurt, and then we crying one of those deep, soul-wrenching cries where everything we have held in and shit, we feel comfortable, we let that shit go, and the shit start coming out our eyes, our nose, our mouth. It's just everywhere. It's just coming out, and it's uncontrollable, and we trying to talk through the tears. But we can't even understand what we saying, so we know the other person we talk to can't understand what we saying either. Usually we cry like that to our girls. It got to be a man we really feel comfortable with to let that kind of cry come out. So she crying like that, and I'm just like, I didn't even respond. I didn't understand everything she said, but I did not say, girl, what you saying? Get yourself together. I didn't say nothing. Sometimes women, we need to get to that point. That's why I'm doing these shows so much for y'all. When y'all send me an email, you say, what about this? What about that? What's this question? What's this mean? What that mean? You want me to do a show on? They say, yeah. I say, I'm going to do a show. Because black women have had this issue of men pitting us against each other, and we in a system and under slavery, and we were taught to be against each other and to fight each other and to be against each other for our differences, the lighter, the darker, the young, the old, the period, the no period, the long hair, the short hair, the nappy hair, the blonde hair, the black hair, the curly, the kinky. We have been taught to be pitted against each other because of our differences. Instead of celebrating the differences, we have been told to separate each other from the differences and humiliate each other and compete with each other because of the differences. And then the men will get women to fight and actually get into an ego trip if women are fighting over them and you say, I like her better than you because she looks like this and you look like that and you don't.